Welcome nerds to a speed update for the 8.2 live stream we just had with all of the features we're gonna get in the next patch and when the PTR will be live. So in this video, that's what you will see, all the cool stuff, and boy do we have a lot to talk about. I am excited as fuck. Of course, we will have the two new zones. We already know about them, Nazjatar and Mechagon. We actually had a glimpse into Nazjatar, which looks wow. So I'm not gonna get too much into spoilery and how we actually get there, but essentially it's going to be under sea level, but we won't be underwater. And the way we progress into Nazjatar, we just go down deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually we will reach Azshara's palace. Now in Nazjatar we're gonna get a few new cool things, which wow, this is super cool. So the first thing we're gonna get is combat allies. Apparently this kind of sounds like the bodyguard system we had in Warlords of Draenor, but this is actually going to be an ally that we will take through a lot of activities. We can send him on world quests and all that stuff. He gets experience, he gets levels. I think there was some talk about 30 something levels. He gets new abilities, or she, who knows, as the combat ally levels up. And of course, with the new Nazjatar zone, we're gonna get two new factions, one for the Horde, one for the Alliance, basically natives of the zone that are oppressed by Azshara, and we're gonna work with them to getting Azshara down from her palace and essentially free them. Of course, we will have reputation with them to grind emissaries and stuff, so that's gonna be cool. And of course, we're gonna have goodies to unlock and new stories. Also, something really interesting that was said. Of course, we're gonna have all new types of world quests, but we're gonna have daily quests as well. It was very specifically mentioned, but it wasn't very detailed. So we're going to get you updates as soon as the PTR launched as to what exactly those daily quests are. Now, the new type of world quests, at least the ones that we're gonna get in Nazjatar, will be kind of like an Azshara lieutenant boss that will spawn as a world quest. And with it, the boss will bring like siege weapons and bases around him that he will basically influence the zone that he will be in. And once we take them down, of course, all of his entourage goes away, which is really cool. It seems like the world quest will impact the zone a lot more, and that's really cool. Apparently the world boss might not be so easy. And lastly, one cool thing that we will have a big powerful weapon to blast the doors of Azshara's palace and get into that raid will be the Suramar's javelin, or the javelins of Suramar. This is cool. How is this gonna work? Is it with the Nightborn? We know that Nightborn is allied with the Horde now. How does that affect the Alliance? Will it be something neutral? Will it be a weapon that we steal, we build? Man, your guess is as good as mine at this point. And yeah, we will bust into the raid. And so far, what we know about the raid is going to be a standard 8-boss raid. And one of the bosses is going to be an underwater fight. We won't have all of them, but one of them will have an underwater fight, probably with underwater mechanics. And I think that's actually really cool. I mean, think about it. We'll have a 360 degrees range of movement. How will mechanics affect us? How, like, that's super cool. I cannot wait to do this raid. And of course, with the raid, we're gonna have new loot, new items, new loot tables as such, and apparently, it doesn't seem like it's going to be otherwise. The type of items we'll have is still gonna be the type of items that we have in Crucible, with super cool affixes and effects and procs, and the raid is not the only thing we'll have. We'll have Mechagon, the other new zone, which is kind of like this big scrapyard type island who is ruled by this king tyrant Mechagon gnome. And essentially with his Arc-Forged faction wants to turn everybody into robots. And we're gonna help the locals, of course, to basically overthrow this King Mechagon. And we'll have some new things in Mechagon. It will be construction project. Basically, there will be all sorts of things around Mechagon that we can build. The example that Jeremy gave us was a boss or world boss will spawn, and next to the world boss there might be some flame turrets or any type of siege weapon that we can build and use it to take down the world boss, and consequently most likely the world boss will be difficult to take down without those. So yeah, and the way we build all of this stuff is from scavenging resources found all around the place, which is cool. Also, there's going to be a new questing structure in Mechagon with a 3 visitor system, like kind of like we had in the garrison. Well, 3 unique NPCs will come on a daily basis, give us daily quests, unique type quests affiliated to them. The Mechagon zone will have a Timeless Isle types rare spawn mechanic that also will be in Nazjatar as well, where there's going to be rares that spawn at irregular times. Some of them have longer spawn time, some of them have lower spawn time, some of them can be very unique, very rare, they might not spawn all the time, they might drop super rare loot, they might require certain things to be done to kill them. Some of them, and this was hinted, some of them might have some secret spawns. Another cool thing we're getting in Mechagun, and man, this is something. We're gonna have Pascal the robot. It's a giant freaking robot that we will have to build. And apparently it will give us all sorts of items as we build it, like teleporters and things to use, like unique cool items, not just eye levels and more damage and buffs and stuff. And we're gonna have a Mechanocat mount. What? That's super cool. And of course, all of this will culminate with the Mechagon dungeon, which apparently it's called Operation Mechagon, where we infiltrate the dungeons from the trash chutes, Star Wars reference much? And we'll work our way up towards the King Mechagon, where we'll take him down and his giant robot. And of course, fight our way through 8 bosses! 8 bosses, 5-man dungeon. How is this going to be on Mythic Plus? Is it going to be on Mythic Plus? And as soon as we start in Mechagon, we will have a special trinket that we can customize and upgrade with like socket type mechanics, where we punch cards in it that have different effects, and we have like 3 slots, so we can punch the cards in and add like different colored sockets, kind of reminiscent to the old initial socket system that we've had in TBC. And apparently they want our feedback on this to see exactly how it works, if it's balanced, I suppose, if it's fun, if they need to add more, which is super cool. This is like a mini mechanic. That's cool. It's cool! And of course, talking about gear and special progress for certain items, the Hearth of Azeroth. What is the new Azrai system? This is what we've been waiting for! Okay, the new Azrai system. Basically, it's kind of like a mini artifact weapon. The initial thing you put into the Hearth of Azeroth is going to be the new active ability that you have. And what you actually put into the neck, the Hearth of Azeroth, as you level it up, is essence, and you collect this essence from different types of activities within the game. PvE, PvP, whatever, and each type of activity gives you a different type of essence. So if you want to go towards specific essences and specific abilities, you might do a different type of content than what you normally do, which I think it's cool. I mean, if you're PvPing and you really want that cool ability that's only available to PvE, well, go do that PvE content. Now, let's talk a little bit about the socket system and the essences. So there's like the primary sockets, which will give you the ability, and the minor sockets, which will give you passives, improvements, kind of like the artifact weapon, right? It's just, we're not gonna have as many, at least not initially, as far as we can tell. Now, the essences will have a major effect and a minor effect. If we put the essence into the primary slot, we will get both of the effects, the major and the minor. If we put it in the minor socket, we will only get the minor effects. So we can mix and match, change them around. Apparently this is something that kind of relates to legendary usage in Legion, where you swap things around depending on what type of content you do and what kind of bonuses you want to have, which is really cool. Hopefully they won't charge us incredible amounts of gold for it, but so far, more things to do, more customization, more progression. Yes, please. And also the essences can upgrade, and they come in different types, like uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Each new rank kind of might give you bigger numbers, but not always. They might give you different effects, and most importantly, the legendary essence comes from doing like the most probably high-end content, either PvE or PvP. And once you unlock it, that actually gives you a cosmetic upgrade to your ability, which is really cool because this is the prestige that we need. We will have the new heritage for the gnomes and the Taurens. Apparently with the gnomes you'll go back into the gnome history, and for the Tauren heritage armor, apparently there's some restless spirits back in Mulgore, and that's what we're gonna go and do stuff about it, but we're not gonna do that until we uncover the Bane dilemma, to say the least. And something most of us have been waiting for, heroic warfront, starting with Arathi, battle for Stormguard. So we won't have all of them to the heroic level, we're gonna have one at a time. You're gonna sit in the base, we're gonna have to defeat the battle for whatever our objective is, defeat the enemy commander, and the enemy will keep sending waves of different types of units to different points on the warfront, in the battleground. and each types of units needs to be countered by a specific composition of players, of classes. We cannot that's how they said it. We cannot just go there and kill it and win it 100% of the time like we do now. Then we'll also need to be more careful with our resources, how we use them to upgrade the base and how we get the bonuses, and of course a few other features as well. A new arena for the PvP fanatics, and it's gonna be me. I'm a PvP amateur. I like doing arenas. Robodrome, like a specific mechanical arena with new LOS systems, sparks and things going all around, which is really cool. Azshara is coming back as an epic battleground, which I know Marcelian is interested about it. He initially liked how Azshara was initially. We're gonna get 2 new island expeditions, and I know some people really like island expeditions. I'm not particularly a fan. However, one of these islands I would really want to go at, and that is Crestfall. And the other island will be Snowbloom, which is kind of like a Pandarian themed island that's besieged by undead and the rabbit vermins. Who has been waiting for flying? Yep, of course we all knew flying will be unlocked by Pathfinder Part 2. We're gonna be able to fly everywhere in BFA, Zuldazar, Kultiras, Nazjatar, Mechagon, and as soon as we unlock the Pathfinder Part 2, we will be rewarded with a parrot mount. We're getting mount equipment. Now, it's gonna work in a specific fashion. We can only have 1 active at a time, and it applies to all mounts. And we've been told about 3 effects. One of them is water walking, so we don't have to farm that water shred anymore because, let's be honest, I mean, I want to go on my dragon, man, come on. And we can make it float on water, which is super cool, especially for you who got the Dreadwake mount. Oh, that can finally walk on water and look like a proper ghost pirate ship. We're gonna have like automatic parachutes. If we like jump from very high, instead of taking fall damage and die, we can, from what I understand, eject from our mount and get a parachute, which is yay. And of course the ever so lovely item that cannot get us dazed while we're on mount. But hey, mount equipment, this is only the beginning. A lot more items. I hope they do them, make mounts more fun, right? And all of this will culminate with the Season 3 that's going to be on 8.2. We all know Season 3 doesn't seem like anything too specific, although, of course, we will have the PvP mounts, the new Gladiator mounts for all of you arena boys, the new affix for dungeons, which we don't know what it is yet, but we will find out on the PTR. Plus, we're gonna have new mounts, and look at those mounts! A wheel mount and a crab mount that walks sideways? Come on, tell me you're not a little bit excited about that. We're not sure how we're gonna get them, if they're dungeon rewards, if they're raid rewards. We do have a raid reward mount, which is the Snapdragon mount, kind of like the Naga theme NPC from Warcraft 3. If you ever did the campaign with the Nagas there, that's gonna be cool. We're gonna have, of course, pets as well, Alarma bots and stuff, and Naga themed pets. And the burning question, when is the PTR going to be available? Next week. So I would imagine it's going to be somewhere like Tuesday, Wednesday at the very latest. And yes, we will cover everything that we can get our hands on when it comes to the PTR. So stay tuned to Marcelian&Online for all of the future videos that we will have. Are you excited for 8.2? We are excited. Is that gonna bring you back if you're on sub yet? It should, because, okay, we cannot bet 100% on it because, well, we've been hyped before, but I have a very good feeling about this. And hey, if you're not convinced yet, make sure to stay subscribed to our channel so you can catch all the future videos that we will have on 8.2. Or if you're playing in the game right now, maybe you want to catch us on streams or watch one of our guides, like our latest Red Paladin guide. Check it out, it's right there. Shout out to all of our patrons, love you guys, thank you for supporting us so much, we couldn't be here without you. And if you're also interested in becoming one of our patrons, you can check the link down in the description and get some awesome perks on the way. If you're interested, it's not required, but we definitely appreciate it very much. It really means a lot to us. But hey, maybe you're more of the Amazon type, which we got you covered on that side as well. We have an Amazon affiliate link, and you can check some of our recommendation when it comes to nerdy Warcraft and desktop PC stuff. Check it out. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time.